Hey guys. Uh, so last night I was talking to a buddy at while we were waiting for our kids at youth night, and I was telling him, and I had a realization. We were talking about some life events and just the dynamics around things and lessons I've learned. And somehow we came back, and I had the thought pop in about the parables of the talents that Christ taught, and I realized that I have lived the majority of my life like the gentleman that got one talent, buried it because he knew that his master was expecting a return, and he didn't want to lose it because that's all he had. And then I realized that my life has been lived with a scarcity mindset. I was afraid to take risks, and because of that, I didn't make a lot of decisions on my own. I pretty much just did what other people told me to do and avoided what they told me not to do. And some have taught that this is good for obedience, lesson in obedience. But I look back and it wasn't that I was choosing to do it because of obedience. I was choosing to do it because that's what they said was the thing to do. And I didn't have to make a decision. And so now here I am in my 40s, and I realize that I have missed a lot of opportunities, missed a lot of learning because I didn't take a risk. And I think there are times where just being obedient, and you can choose just obedience because that's a choice. And I think that there's a right and correct way to do that. But I looked and I saw that my head was in the sand, and that I spent a lot of time not making a choice because I was scared of any consequence, really. And so I just did what somebody else said. And that really kind of is a setback and not the way to go about things. I feel like now that, I've learned that I have to make a decision. It's not always easy, and I don't like it. And sometimes I don't make a decision. And I end up having, a lot of overthinking and anxiety that comes because of that. And sometimes you just have to make the decision. Pick which way to go. And hey, guess what? If it doesn't work out, you learn from it and you can go a new direction. Nothing is a single road in this life, and always there are roads that can cross and connect back to where you want. And you never know. Some of these decisions you think might be the wrong one may actually teach you a valuable lesson and turn out to be exactly what you needed, even if it took you on a little detour, but then helped you skip something and then come back, even farther up. So, my lesson from last night, little inspiration. I don't know if Christ meant it this way or not with the parable of the talents, but don't bury your head in the sand. Don't bury your agency. That's what me and this guy were talking about, agency, when this popped up. I didn't use my agency. So make sure you're using your agency. Don't bury it, and you'll get a lot farther.